What are the two most common mistakes fishermen make while float fishing and bottom fishing? During this video, I'm going to show you what to look for to increase your chances of hooking up by 90%. Learning how to do this and becoming good at it will change your status from fisherman to angler. Got him. It's a nicer one. Oh, fish has got my bobber. Oh, jeez. They really wanted that one. Oh, look at that. They're getting better right there. Nice. Those ones are no-brainers. We know there's a fish on with that type of a strike. Jeez. They like that little tiny piece right there. So I'm going to cast it just right there again. Put it right in here again. And I'm going to put this in the bucket. Now my bobber, look at this bobber, it's sideways now. It's no longer up and down. A fish has it. I'm just going to reel it in and see. Yep, fish is on there. See that? Look at that. See, I should have checked it earlier, but that's what happens. That's a nicer one right there. Look at that. Well, he took the whole thing. See that? And that's because I didn't set it. I was just waiting, but I knew something messed with it. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna cut this line. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. This is a strong fish too. Times already what happened, as I showed earlier, is the fish will swallow it and they're just going to sit on it. They're just sitting right there. They're not hitting it and taking off or anything like that. They're just sitting on it. So you got to pay really close attention to the bobber so that you're able to get those subtle strikes and get those fish. I see oftentimes when people are bobber fishing, like float fishing on a river for salmon or steelhead, I watch these videos and these guys fishing, and these guys, yeah, they're out there, they're catching fish, but they're missing more fish than they're catching. And I see it all the time, and then they get upset. I comment on their video and just let them know, hey man, you know, before you caught that fish, you had missed 3 other hits before you caught that fish. And they get upset, talk shit, and I'm just trying to help them. But when I steelhead fish, I mean, you can go back. I don't have steelhead fishing videos on my YouTube channel because I wasn't doing YouTube then. But when I was in Michigan, I would do a lot of drifting and float fishing, especially float fishing. I really loved float fishing, and I would float fish using beads and different things like that. And literally, if you could check my Facebook page, because I got a lot of videos there, but people will be there fishing all day. I'll just get there, my second cast, and I'm catching fish. First, second, third cast, I'm catching fish, and people have been there for hours not catching nothing. And it's not because I'm using a better bait or whatever. I mean, what's happening is I'm looking for every little detail on how that float is working across the stream, and anything at any pause, any tip, anything like that, I'm setting the hook, because what typically happens is the fish will sit there, they'll just run up, grab it, and your bobber will stop, and then they let it go, and then your bobber starts going again. That's a hit. People are typically waiting for the fish to grab it or move way off of his hole where he is, grab it and come back to his hole, and that's when the bobber goes down and people are catching fish. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Your bobber went down, you got a fish, yes, we know that. But they're missing 90% of their fish because they're not setting the hook on those pauses, those stops, or the dips. You know what I mean? So that's why they're missing 90% of their fish. Get your line close enough, you can tell the difference between the wind and a strike. And not always, same thing. Look, I just got a hit. My line just went super slack. My pole didn't go. Look, I'm getting the hit. My line went slack. Oh, I missed them. But that was definitely a hit. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Your pole is not always going to dip down. And that's a perfect example of what I'm trying to talk about. My pole didn't dip down. My line was semi tight. And what happened was my line went completely loose. It didn't pull my pole, my line went loose. Yep. Yeah, I knew I had one on there. Barely got him hooked. Look at that. He was just sitting on it. Let me turn it sideways so you can see the hook. The hook's not even in it. Look at that. It is a little bit. Shell cracker. Bobber's going, it's down, it's swimming away. Got him. Something messing with it. I'm gonna let it take it down. It has it. Got him. They're not fighting, they're just sitting sideways, giving up. My line just went slack on this. The fish could be on there. It actually took my bait. So the line is very slack on here. Got him. Ooh, what is this? Nice mean gill. Look at that one. Oh, look at that. See, guys, it didn't pull my rod. My line just went completely slack. This guy is strong. Look at that. Shell cracker. Yep, something's messing with the bobber. Now you see it's not moving nowhere. It might have it all the way in its mouth. He might have swallowed it. Yep, fish is on there. Ooh, this is a nice fighter. This is a nice one. All right. Look at that. Shell cracker. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I told you. I saw that little bit of movement. Saw that little bit of movement. And I knew it was a hit. That's the second fish that's got that hump right there, almost like a perch. They got the long snout almost like a perch. But this is a shell cracker. Much more aggressive fish right now. He swallowed that hook. How often do you fish? You fish every day, weekends, whenever you can get out? And also, what is your favorite type of weather to fish? Clear skies, sunny, cloudy, rainy days, cold? Let me know in the comments. Wow, did I have fun making that video? I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bobber fishing is one of my favorite ways to fish. No matter what I'm going after, it's a bunch of fun for me. I've liked it ever since I was young, and I still like it to this day. I hope this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Thank you. Until next time, we'll see you again.